Every single day, trillions of dollars flow around the world. Prices go up, jobs disappear. Governments print money, and most people have absolutely no idea why. But what if you could understand it all in under 6 minutes? No textbooks, no boring lectures, just the essential truth about how economics is about one thing: choices, and the entire global economy actually work. Let's go. At its core, we live in a world of unlimited wants but limited resources. You can't have everything, neither can a country. So someone has to decide what to make, who gets it, and at what price. That decision-making process, that's economics. Economists look at this through two lenses. Microeconomics, the small picture. How does one person, one business, or one market behave? Macroeconomics, the big picture. How does an entire country's economy grow, shrink, or survive a crisis? Think of micro as a single raindrop, and macro as the entire weather system. Here's the single most powerful idea in all of economics: supply and demand. When something is rare and people want it badly, the price goes up. Think diamonds, concert tickets, or a sold-out iPhone. When something is plentiful and nobody wants it, the price goes down. Think last season's fashion or a gas station with no customers. Prices aren't random. They are signals, live, real-time information, telling producers what to make and consumers what to buy. Here's a real example. During COVID-19, hand sanitizer demand exploded overnight. Supply stayed the same. What happened? Prices tripled in days. Then factories started producing more. Supply caught up. Prices dropped back down. That's the market correcting itself, automatically, with no single person in charge. How do we measure how well a country is doing? We use GDP, gross domestic product. It's the total value of everything a country produces in a year. Goods, services, everything. When GDP grows, the economy is healthy. When it shrinks for 2 quarters in a row, that's officially called a recession. Now, here's where it gets personal. Inflation. Imagine you had $100 in your pocket in 1990. That $100 could fill a grocery cart. Today, you'd barely fill a basket. That's inflation, the general rise in prices over time, which quietly shrinks the power of your money. A little inflation, around 2%, is actually healthy. It encourages spending and investment. But runaway inflation, like Zimbabwe in 2008, where prices doubled every single day, destroys economies entirely. Governments have 2 giant levers to steer the economy. Lever 1, fiscal policy. This is the government deciding how much to spend and how much to tax. In a recession, they spend more, building roads, creating jobs, pumping money into the economy. In a boom, they raise taxes to cool things down. Lever 2, monetary policy. This is controlled by the central bank, like the Federal Reserve in the US or the RBI in India. Their main tool? Interest rates. Here's the logic. When the economy is slow, they lower interest rates, making it cheap to borrow money, so people and businesses spend more. When inflation is too high, they raise rates, making borrowing expensive, which slows spending and cools prices. It's like a thermostat for the entire economy. Too cold, heat it. Too hot, cool it down. Look at the phone in your hand right now. The chips were designed in the US, manufactured in Taiwan. The rare minerals were mined in Congo, assembled in China, shipped through Singapore, and sold to you, wherever you are. That is global trade, and it's why the modern world exists at this standard of living. Countries trade because no single nation can produce everything efficiently. This is called comparative advantage. Do what you're best at, trade for the rest. But trade also creates dependency. When one supply chain breaks, like semiconductor shortages in 2021, car factories in Germany, Japan, and the US all shut down. All connected, all affected. So here's what you now understand, that most people don't. Economics is not just about money, it's about decisions. Millions of people are making choices every second, and those choices ripple into the world around us. Prices tell us what's scarce. GDP tells us how we're growing. Inflation tells us how fast money is losing value. Interest rates tell us how governments are trying to fix it. And trade tells us why we're all more connected than we've ever been. You don't need a degree in economics, you just need to understand how the game is played. And now, you do. If this video clicked for you,